Good evening, all.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Okay. It seems only one person or two will be able to talk at a time. Give me a few moments. I'll share with you my screen. In the meantime, you can open the blank document of the Word software that you have in your laptops. Is that okay? Okay. Vibhuti.
Sir.
Vibhuti.
Sir.
Hey, screen sharing or option 2. Can you do that?
With my laptop.
Are you able to share my screen or no? Or I have to do that because
You have to do that.
okay, but it says when I click it, the host disable participant screen sharing.
Okay. Apne sir mo host
So
kori dile naki? Mo ako
yes, I
host
mean
kori disu sir.
okay. All right.
I see you are the host now.
So I will. I will share screen too. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
I hope all other participants as well can see it.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I can hear many voices at the same time. Anyway, I'll be starting in a minute. Just let me share my file as I'll put it in my desktop. I'll save it as table. Okay. Now, I hope all of you have. You are, of course, welcome to put your messages in the chat instead of sending an audio basis. How many days has this training been going on now?
So today is the 8th day.
Today is the 8th day. So participants are pretty much conversant with or have become conversant with Word, whatever version you may be using. Let me tell me something about myself. Let me tell you something. I started using Word when I was a student back in 1998. I drafted my first report in 7th semester using the Word. The version was around 1997. So today I'm using 2007. Although I should have been using the recent one, but I'm now more comfortable with 2007 rather than the recent version. So I'll be telling something about table, how to manage tables. There are many levels that actually I can demonstrate you, but I'll teach you the basics. I'll leave the advanced ones for you to explore by yourself, which I did for myself as well. So if you first see near the home button, I hope all of them can see my cursor.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so all of you have a file ready, open, blank document. Now, first thing is you need to click insert. When you click insert, you will see a different layout of your page. And the second one here, you will get tables. Now, if you click tables here, you will see this where you get the metrics of the table, row, number of rows, number of columns. So if you select from here, say I select 3 columns and 3 rows, I get a table which is of matrix 3 by 3, wherein I can put my data. Now if you click insert table, what you get is another window or drop down menu where you get to put what is the number of columns that you want, what is the number of rows that you want. And this auto-fit behavior we'll see later. For the time being, let us keep it at fixed column width. That means the column width will be fixed. So if you click it as number of columns, let us say 10, number of rows, say it is 10. So this. So we get a table of 10 by 10 matrix. Now the next thing is, if you start here, now the table ends here, and if you press tab, it will go out of, it will press or it will give you another row, and you can continue. If you press the tab is the on the left hand side upper corner of your keyboard in your laptop. In my keyboard, it is the third from the top left corner. I hope the same will be in your case. So if you press tab, the cursor shifts from one cell to the other and goes on. And if you click mouse here, if you click the left click mouse here, you exit off the table. And then if you press enter, it will go. I mean, you can start typing. Now, in this table, we inserted it is in the first row of the Word document. That means we inserted it here. So what happens is, you end here. If you want to go up, you won't be able to go up. So what I normally do in my case is, if I have to do something, insert a table, I first write table and I give a number, table 1.1, and I explain, say X, Y, Z is the name of the table. I press the enter and then I insert, so that if I have to shift between the bottom of the table and the top of the table, I can easily shift. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. So so try to explore yourself. If you have any problem, then leave a chat message. I'll then, if it is okay, then we'll continue. Mm.
Participants, if you have done it, please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Enough for me to continue. Now, Next is again, we'll see how we fix the size of the cells. If you move your cursor to a particular cell, you will see the cursor change to a bold one. In my case, as you can see here. So if I right click in this cell, we'll get table properties. So if you click on table properties, you will get all the properties of a table. You'll get the table, you'll get the row, you'll get the column, you'll get the cell. All right. So if you want to change the row, in our case it was row 7. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is row 7. If we want to change the height, what we can do is say we need to report as 3.6. So you will see it changes into different size. Again, if you want to change the column width, remember it will be row height and it will be column width. Here, width, it is given as 1.63 by default. So if we change to 5, it is given in my PC, it is in centimeters. So it will be this. Now, one thing you can see is your page has a setup, a definite fixed size. If you check your page layout margins, you will see custom margins. You say margins, it is from top, it is 2.54 centimeter. From the bottom, it is 2.54 centimeter. In other sense, in inches, it is 1 inch from both top, bottom, left, and right. So I have a margin of 1 inch or 1 centimeter, 2.54 centimeter from all sides, and my layout is portrait, and and I'm working on this portrait orientation. So now when I entered the row 7, this is R7, as 5 centimeter, the column width. In this case, if the third column as 5 centimeter, what happened is the table went out of my screen actual size. I mean, from here, this is my area. From here to here, it is 2.54 centimeter. From here to here, it is 2.54 centimeter. So it exceeded and it went out of my working space. So what I normally do, or what I normally should do, is I should click on this button of the table, go to auto fit, and if we click on the auto fit to window, it should come back to its normal size. But this size will be now given as 25.4% of the earlier one. That means whatever size it was earlier, it will reduce itself to this percentage. So anytime, this you should remember, anytime when your table goes out of your working space, you should click here, auto fit, and auto fit to window. So it should then fit into your working space. But again, that will again depend on your font size, the number of font you're using. If you're using font normal size, which you can see in your say, we normally use the font size 12. If we use say font, I will select this and separate. So if I put it as 48, so if I now do table properties as preferred 100, say, no, nothing. Preferred width Okay, leave it. So now in this case, it also went out of your working space. But if you click auto fit to window, it won't come because your font size is too large to accommodate in one space, in one page. So in that case, also these are some limitations of this auto fit button. So this is how you do it. You need you learned how to create a table, and you learned how to keep your table in your working space. We'll move to the next. Now sometimes what happens is that, say I'll reduce this table size, you want to delete a particular column. So what you do is you click the one button and you say you will right click here and you will press delete cells. When you press delete cells, the Microsoft Office will ask you what you want to delete. Do you want to delete the entire cells, entire row, or entire column? So say we want to delete the entire column, so it will delete the entire column. You select two columns, you press delete entire column, delete. Then again, since now you have space, what you normally do is auto fit to window. It will again get fit into your Windows size within your margins. If you want to add columns, what to do is you again right click, insert columns to the, whether you want, suppose this is X, this is column, this is say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So again it is A, B, C, D, E. Enough. I'll delete all other things. Delete. So we have a column here. This is the fifth column. Suppose say we want to add another two columns between 4 and 5, one column, and between 5 and 6, one column. So what you will do normally is you will click on the here. Either you can click here or click here. If you click here, if you right click then insert, so you want to insert the columns to the left, so there will be another one column here. Again you click here, you want to insert columns, you want to insert it to the columns to the right. So as we said, between 4 and 5 that is another one, between 5 and 6 is then another one. Again similarly you can also press it here, put your cursor here, right click, insert columns to the right. You can go to 6, right click, insert columns to the left. So there are depending on how you want to place your cursor, you can create or insert or delete as many columns as you want. Similar will be in the case of rows. If you want to add a row, insert rows above or rows below. Rows above means it will be above, insert rows below. Again you can see insert cells. If you want to insert cells, insert cells, insert shift cells down, there will be another row that will be created additionally. If you want to shift insert cells, if you want to shift cells right, that means another column will be created here, but only one cell. I'll undo all this. Okay, again I auto fit. I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is my video on? I cannot. No. Okay. So now you learned about creating a table. Keep your table in your working space. Add, delete cells, columns, rows. So now sometimes what you need, normally what does a table contain? It contains the first column as a serial number. that contains a field. You want to notice what I'm doing here. When I start writing the serial number, it started from here, it went, and then it came down. If I see I have these spaces still. So what is the problem here? If I see here, this particular indent, line indent is starting from here. So I'll hold this and I will pull this back. So it will now I can write some more things. Serial numbers, So say I want to say this are say serial number. I want to have a data of the average age of all the students from first year to fourth year of a particular college, say Assam Engineering College. So these will be common for me. So if I select all these columns, if I select all these columns and press merge, then I can say students Assam Engineering College. All right, then I say first year, second year, third year, fourth year. All right. Now again, you can see the same problem of this indent. So I'll select all and I'll hold it here. Since the problem is common to all, so I'll do it in one shot. So all problems solved. Similarly here in this case also, if you want me to put it here, again here. So now again, if you want these things to occupy in the central position, then you again have to justify or left orient, right orient, central. So I'll put it in the center text. Without clicking this, if you want to do it, you have to select the particular cells which you want to change, right click. There is an option called cell alignment, and there you will see another 9 options. Left top, align top left, align top center, and so on. So right now it is in the center, so I'll keep it here. So since I've selected this button, this means that it is centered from all sides. It is centered from this orientation as well. It is in the central of this orientation. That means it is the center of everything is in the center of the cell. Now again, these I will merge. Say for the first year, now we have serial number 1, 2, say 3, and 4. So again, the same problem here. So I'll pull it here, and then I will put it in the center. All right. Now say the first year students I want to again subclassify into male and female. So what do? I have put here age. So what I will do is in this, let me delete these columns, insert not to fit to window. What I will do is I'll insert another row below. I'll merge this so it becomes one entity. I'll now, since I said the first year will have the first semester and the second semester. All right. Let us assume normally the first and the second semester does not coexist. Either it is the first or either is the even or the. Let us say we have the first semester and the second semester together. All right. So we need now 2 columns here. So what we will do is we'll split these cells. There is an option called split cells. We'll split it. So there is 2 columns. Okay. So these will be again first Sam, and this will be again second Sam. Second Sam. All right. So if you want the others, you can split again the same thing. But these split cells, you will have to do it manually. But in the advanced case, if someone knows macros programming of Word, you can do it in macros. So now in first sem, second sem, similarly we can do it in this way. Similarly, if the first sem and second sem, again we want to classify into male and female, so we can add another insert rows below, and again we can split this cell into number 2 columns where you can say male, I can say female, and so on. We can go carry on doing splitting things as much as you want, as much data you want to put into the cell, as much classification you want to do. So I hope the splitting of the cells is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Bhuti, how much time do we have normally? I was told by this system that 40 minutes is the maximum that I can take in one slot.
Yes, sir. 40 minutes. So
So
you
it's
will get
already
two notifications. One when 10 minutes are left, and one when 1 minute is left.
So what do we do in that case?
You create another one and just paste the link. Then you can start the second meeting.
Okay, all right. Are we continuing this the whole night, or we'll stop somewhere?
Sir,
I can continue till the
you
morning.
continue till it goes off automatically. Then you can maybe create another
No, what
meeting.
I'm asking is I can keep on demonstrating till the morning. Will the students be able?
I think I asked them and they gave
Yep.
9 p.m. as the limit.
Okay, so they have already set a deadline for the class. Okay, any good movies in the channels today, students?
No, sir.
Okay. So splitting of cells is okay. And now, if you click simply on the table, okay, running out of time. We have love it. Okay, so go.
Sir, no, the message just now was that this meeting has unlimited time, so you can continue up to. So means
Okay,
this meeting won't end.
Okay.
okay. So it says my screen says a gift from Zoom. Do you see the same screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we got the message.
Okay. So now if you click inside the table, you'll right click inside the table, you will get many things. I hope you are already conversion with the paste option. Normally copy and paste is the most common button that any student normally use. So I have paste is pretty familiar to you. Insert, I just mentioned a few things. Columns, rows, cells, delete, I already explained to you. Split, I told you. Bordering and shading, I can tell you what the bordering and shading means. Suppose I say select this cell. I want to put some visual effects in this cell. So if I select this cell, it will click here, it will turn this. I right click here, I go to borders and shading, and then you can see different options here. First thing is that the box. Box means nothing but the cell. I want you to take note of one particular thing. Remember this screen where you can see the borders. Now remember again that we have selected only one cell. I'll go out of this option. I'll select 4 cells, or say I will select 2 cells. I'll go to borders and shading. You will see there are 2 cells. I'll again go out and I will select say 6. borders and shading, you will see there are 4, but I have selected 6. So this is the maximum that you will see here, 4 cells. That means it is continuous. So now I'll go back to selecting one cell, borders and shading. Suppose I don't want these borders to have these lines and I want a different design, different border line for this cell. I can select any one here, it will change. And then if I press OK, it will change in this manner. Again, if I want it to bring back, of course, the first thing would be to do undo. Again, if you go to borders and shadings, you select this, you select this, it will change. Now again, if you see it, you will see a drop down menu where you say apply to, whether to apply to cell, you want to apply to text, paragraph, table. Let us say select table. So if you select table, you will see the entire thing, only the border gets changed, the internal marks are gone. Undo it, select the entire table, borders and shadings, you will find, you again take this, you will see now the entire external and the internal lines changed. Now see apply to table, apply to table, this is the one. Now let us say we want to have the serial number cell as yellow in color. So what we have to do is borders and shading, you need to go to shading options, the fill color you have to change to yellow, apply to cell. Okay, so it has gone yellow. Now again, these are different visual effects that you can put it into your table. Face border, you can see face border if you want to put it, and options, etc, etc. Okay, this is for the page. Okay, so this is the way you can visual effects of a table. I hope this is clear to you. Could you follow, dear students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what is the color that you made this in the serial number in your table? What is the color that you choose? তোমালোকে নিজৰ টেবুলত কি ৰং দিলা? মইতো হালধীয়া দিলো।
chat box ত লিখিছে ইয়াত।
Chat box দেখাই নাই মই। Okay, but chat, where is the chat? Anyway,
Green.
okay. Okay. All right. Okay, I cannot see the chat. Participants, I can see. Okay, so creating a table, you could keep your table in your working space so that you can work, and then you can add and delete the columns. I told you how to split the cells. I told you how to add visual effects to your cells. Now, normally what happens, I'll delete, I'll go to the next page. I will go to the next page and build another table. I'll insert the table, say table. Okay, anyone. and then I will create a similar table here. Now let me put some values here. I'll copy the entire thing and I will paste it through the entire table. This is copy paste. You can see again this thing gone. The indent. This is the case of the indent thing. This is true. Okay, a little bit. Okay, 12. In this case, you have to do it individually. Anyhow, so let us keep it here like this. Now you want to say copy the entire thing and place it in here, since both are of the same size. So you just need to copy all those things and place it there and put Control C and Control V. The things here, select Control C and you put your cursor here and then Control V, Control C, Control V. Things here, you copy and paste. This is just copy and paste between tables. So it is sometimes it is different. Then you have to deal with your based on your what situation you have. But normally Control C and Control V works wonderfully between when you're copying data between two tables. Now, what I was trying to explain to you was visual effects. Okay. Now, normally in tables we put a lot of numerical data. For example, say this is 10. This is again 10. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 tens here. That means that the total sum is 70. So normally when we add tables here, we put total. Then in Excel, what we could do is we could directly edit. But in this case, in Word also there is simple mathematics involved. What you can do is you can go to this cell and you can go to the layout. Then you can click on formula. The formula says sum above and you click paste. What you get is the sum of the table. Did you get it? I'll repeat.
Yes, sir.
Layout, formula, sum of the. So you get the sum of the things that are above. Formula. These are different things that you can do. You need to explore. Again, you can change things, split cell, split table. You can split your table. Yes, similarly. simply split your table. Different buttons. You need to explore all the buttons. There are so many buttons, even I haven't explored. This split table was new to me, in fact. Text direction, I hope you know how to change the direction of the text inside a table. You say Assam. You write it horizontally from left to right. You want to change the direction of the text, you click. Okay. Again, insert above, insert below, these are things. This the basics, almost everything I already told you. Okay, now I'll go to the headings of table because this is very important. I'll go to the headings of the table. I'll create a table here. I'll put some values, random values, 1, 2, 3. I'll keep on adding rows until it crosses the page and goes on to the next page. I'll delete these values, and I'll say these values as serial number, and I'll say corona cases in Assam, cases in India. So in the serial number, I'll put date, not serial number, date. So I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23. I'll say we go on continuing, and when you go to the next page, what are we missing here? Can any one of you point me out? Irrespective, no, forget about the data. We can make it in this first page. If I put it in a one-page view, we can see the table. We can see this column below is then the date. Second, in corona cases in Assam. Third is corona cases in India. The third column. So if you go to the next page, what we see is we don't see anything. We see data here. We see data here. We see data here. So we do not know which is what. So what normally table allows us to do is, I hope it will work here. We'll again go to the table properties. We'll click cell, not cell, column. Okay, we'll click column, and if you see here, repeat as header row at the top of each page. So if we click this button and if we press OK, you should see these heading going on to the next page. Okay, in this case it has not become.
আপোনাৰ গোটেই সেল কেইটা সিলেক্ট হৈ আছিল অকল ৰটো সিলেক্ট কৰি বাৰু
বেটা মই ক্লাছ লৈ আছো, তুমি ক্লাছ ল'বা নেকি? ওকে বাই, বন্ধ কৰি দিয়া। বহুত দাদা আছে ইয়াতে, দাদা বহুত আছে, কথা পাতিবা? বন্ধ কৰি দিয়া, বন্ধ কৰি দিয়া, বন্ধ কৰা। নাই, even then it is not working.
স্যার অকল
So these
ৰটো সিলেক্ট কৰি লওক তেতিয়া হয়।
Are you sure?
Yes sir.
তুমি পঢ়াই দিব পাৰিলা হয় দেখোন। Even then it is not working. So normally it works. Sometimes it gives some troubles because again maybe probably because the table
প্ৰথম আপুনি কৰোতে গোটেইখিনিয়ে কপি হৈ থাকিলে যে, সো টেবুলখন চেঞ্জ হ'ব। কন্ট্ৰোল জেড মাৰি লওক কেইবাৰমান, তাৰ পিছত আহিব আকৌ যদি পাৰি।
Okay. Table properties. Yes. Okay. So BBT has worked in this case a lot. So Vibhuti pare. So this, thank you, Vibhuti.
Welcome, sir.
So are these things now clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
I think I'm almost done with the table things. The basic things, the more advanced ones will you will be able to find out when you try to explore it yourself. Paribane? Habo?
Try kori.
No. Now, if you keep on working, things will automatically come out. And design kiba asa, if you want to change the design of your table, yet a design table color. Design will go, you can change whatever you like, how many you like. This is design. You check the table. There are so many options as you can see. Layout, already told you. Again here, repeat header loss. Again the same option in this case. Repeat the header loss, header rows. Reviewers not related. The links, references, page layout. Okay, so this is all about table. The only thing you remember, if the table goes out of your working space, click the table and select autofit. Autofit to contents or autofit to window. If you select autofit to contents, it might even then go out of your working space because the content might be having font size, which allows you to go out of the working space. But if you click autofit to window, whatever B is, it will try to bring in one within your working space. So table goes out of your control, right click, autofit to window. Okay. Okay, I'll then end here. Thank you for giving the opportunity, Vibhuti.
Thank you, sir, for giving your time
Thank you,
in
sir.
spite of busy schedule. Actually, sir is working as a member in the campus sustainability team, so he was reluctant to first give his time, but I was actually, the table was not stubborn, I was stubborn to
No,
convince him.
actually,
So I insisted, so I actually forced him, and finally sir agreed to give his precious time, and I think students learned a lot of new things today. Actually, although it's the 8th day, but in the first 5 days we discussed only Excel. So we have discussed, we have started discussing
remnants of all her.
from the 7th day, I think only. Yeah. So for Word, it is the 7th day. So
All right, all right.
thank you, sir. Thank you for your
Okay,
time.
okay. Thank you. So I'll close the meeting now.
Okay, sir. Sir, hello, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Sir, actually.